What do other businesses do that are one of the largest mistakes?
They don't have money management when they have money. As soon as they get fairly prolific, they start spending it too fast.
How much revenue has your business ever made?
15, 16 million a year.
What was your proudest all-time moment?
Two different things there.
All right, cutting right to the chase. What's the single most amount of money you've made in a single year?
180,000 a year.
And how much revenue has your business ever made?
We were around about 15, 16 million a year. It grew over the years. We started with nothing. We started in a carport. We didn't have walls. We manufactured carbide cutting tools for machine shops.
And when did you start this business?
In 1969,
Right.
my dad and I and my two brothers.
What do a lot of other businesses do that are probably one of the largest mistakes that you've seen?
They don't have money management when they have money. They'll fiscally conservative while they're building their business, and then as soon as they get fairly prolific, they start spending it too fast. It's a huge mistake, and I've made the same mistake, and I've seen many other people do the same thing. And they start buying things, either personal or try to grow the business too fast, and then they overextend themselves. The bottom will fall out of the market. Will tank. In 2008, we almost lost the business. It was so severe.
What did you do in order to get out of that decline? What did you have to do?
2007, I reduced the employees 25% their wages. I reduced the management 35%, and I reduced my wages 40% in order to survive. Factory workers lay off, and they could draw unemployment for 1 week. And then we did 25% of the force every week. And we did that for almost a year in order to save the company. The company was gonna die. We cut our expenses 50% within 2 or 3 months. So it was a very stressful time. We just had extremely good people all around us, our whole force.
Wow.
All my management team were Christians, and we operated like a Christian company. We did our best to treat people right.
How important is faith for you in
Extremely.
your business? Yeah. How do you prioritize meaningful relationships while working on a business or working for yourself?
When we moved here in 1980, I was not a Christian. And I grew up in a Christian church, but that had all fallen by the wayside. I realized that I hadn't even been in church in 8 years when we moved here. And we got tied into a small church and got involved. That started bringing us closer.
When you started putting
Jesus
God
first, actually ended up putting our marriage second.
Wow. So what did you see on the outside that changed, that you noticed that was different? Like once you started doing that, pursuing God first, and then pursuing your relationship second, what things happened, I guess, as a byproduct?
We moved here in 1980. We moved out of a 3,000 square foot building in Southern California. There was 4 family members and 4 employees. And in 5 years, had 6,000 square feet. So we had doubled our space. And we'd started looking around for land to build our own building. Our lives were absolutely intertwined with God. It wouldn't have happened without Him.
Wow.
And we started tithing personally and the business. And we just kept thriving. 5 years later, we added another 12,000 square foot on our building. 5 years later, we added another 27,000 square feet. We ended up 52,000 square foot building.
Is a tough, no-nonsense leader better than being a compassionate and understanding one?
I believe you have to have both, but
How so?
lean towards the compassionate side more than the tough. Unfortunately, there are people that make you be tough, either business-wise or employee-wise. The Bible is full of management principles. And one of the things that is promoted there is being generous and being kind. And we operated that way.
What's the hardest decision you've ever had to make?
Buying my dad out was very difficult. And there have been times I've had other relatives in the business that ended up we had to fire because they were taking advantage of it and not doing their job. There were times where I was in tears with some of the decisions I had to make. I thought everything was coming to an end.
Wow. It's not all rainbows and sunshine.
Well, and that's it. I've had people say, "Oh, you're so lucky to have your own business." You don't know what that means. You would never say that if you experienced what business entailed.
Wow. What was a pivotal moment in your career that significantly impacted your net worth?
When we sold the business, it was a lifetime dream culminating. We sold it for many millions. You know, the government takes a big chunk, and then, you know, I had two brothers that had shares in the company, and we divided that up. However, we were able to donate to our church and to Bible colleges and the Boise Rescue Mission.
Wow.
It ended up, was able to donate $4 million.
Wow.
And it was incredible what we were able to do and still end up being very comfortable ourselves.
Wow. That's awesome. Diversity and inclusion initiatives genuinely benefit business, or are they more about the optics?
Everybody stands on their own. I don't care who they are or what they look like.
Yeah.
They stand on their own. I don't care about the ethnicity. God made us all. And I believe that wholeheartedly.
Thinking about your business career and your personal life, what was your proudest also?
1998, I was selected to be the Businessman of the Year for the state of Idaho. I was also the Businessman of the Year for the city of Meridian. 2013, the city selected me to be the Businessman of the Year again. No one else has ever been selected twice for the city. Personally, the highlight, I baptized my wife. Years later, I baptized my daughter. These are personal. There's no comparison.
Yeah?
Family.
Goes to show how important family is.